Move forward. You got Joseph Parker, and you were the underdog going into that fight. I was surprised that people didn't expect you, or the landscape of boxing thought that Joseph Parker was going to win this match. I guess, just to kind of give it some context, I understood entirely the kind of terror that had been on recently with this comeback and, really showing himself to be this strong guy that's just a better boxer than he was in previous matches. And I thought, even though I was hoping that Joseph Parker would win this fight, I'm a big fan of Joseph Parker's. I had a feeling that you were going to win this fight. Were you surprised that you were the underdog in this fight? You weren't expected to win this?
No, look, being the underdog, especially in this fight, I was not surprised in the slightest. Because look, the run, if you're looking specifically, the last three fights that Joe's been on. You know them names, you know how well he performed in those fights, what he did, and everyone, and then where he was pushed to in the rankings and things. He was pushed to number 2. You can play with A.K.A, maybe number 3, however, but he's up there, 1, 2, 3, top of the division. And then you get Fabio Wardley, you get me, I pop up at the fight versus him, and there's no expectation on my part of me to really perform in any way. Really, a lot of people thought I'd be done in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rounds or whatever before the second half of the fight started. A lot of people thought I'd be done out of there, finished. So no, the everything kind of falling his way, him being the betting favorite is something we very much expected when we asked for the fight, and obviously all the way through it's something we knew was going to come.
I got a couple of questions. I don't know. Do you watch the PorterWay Podcast, man? If not, we cutting you off right now.
I'm gonna hold my hands up and honest, man.
Yeah.
I haven't seen too much. I haven't seen too much, and I apologize.
No, no biggie at all. No biggie at all. I usually got 2 other guys with me today. Hopefully
I saw the guys. I saw you and the guys beforehand doing the bits and the analysis and talking about the fight and stuff. I did see that.
Yeah, I'm hoping next time you're on, both of them are on, but we have a genius on our side, and he hates me referring to him that way, but Show'n Zittel, he has his own platform, Show'n Zittel on YouTube. He shot me a bunch of questions, and I want to run down the list because they're just fantastic, and he set them up beautifully for me. So he's got one for the fight that you had with Joseph Parker. What made you want to fight him? And what skill sets do you have that people missed? Because you seem to be like a step ahead of him. And then also you were able to finish the exchanges on top as well. So again, what made you decide to fight Joseph Parker? And then what skill sets don't people know you have that gave you the ability to be in front of him and sometimes be right behind him at the end of the exchanges as well?
So initially we picked Joseph Parker because obviously coming off the Justice Hooney fight, for me, again, by my own admission, by my team's admission, the performance of that wasn't great. It wasn't fantastic. It left, again, to the broader public of boxing, it left a few question marks around me of, okay, he was getting outboxed all the way through the fight. He probably should have lost that when he steps up to world level. He's just going to be outclassed. He's going to be outboxed. He's going to be beat. So me and the team sat back and we said, okay, cool. It's time to show something. It's time to prove something. And what's the bigger point to prove than take on the number 2 in the division, Joseph Parker? Look what he's done. Look at the people he's taken on. If we take him out, there's no more question marks. There's nothing else left for anyone to say about us. So that was the reasoning for picking him. And then in terms of skill set for myself and the things that I think I excel at, or at least do very well at in an area, I think I'm very good at judging moments, situations on the fly. Don't get me wrong, me, the team, Ben Davison, Robert Hodgins, Lee Wiley, me and my coaching team, we plan meticulously for a fight. We identify, we look, we plan, we look up and down. But also I have an innate ability to look at something in the moment, in the situation and go, okay, this doesn't work. I need to make the adjustment, and I can pick the adjustment in the moment, in the fly, and on the situation. Again, a very short, brief, obvious example was with the Joseph Parker fight. We planned a lot to get a straight right hand off, either following that with a left hook right hand or following it with a jab right hand. And a lot of those, he was tucking down and guarding full guard and dropping down. So a lot of those are flying over his head. So the immediate adjustment for me in the moment on the fight is to go, okay, cool, let's do the same thing, but let's pick them up through the middle. Let's pick an uppercut instead. And they seem to work perfectly on the night, and they were hitting very well, but they were adjustments I made on the fly. So I think that's something people, with me at least, aren't necessarily aware of, that I can identify situations in the moment, in the situation, and go, actually, okay, we need to make this adjustment, and I can make it.
Are you aware you need more defense?
Yes, I'm very much aware. I'm aware. My mother tells me, my missus tells me, my family tells me, my team tell me, like, don't get me wrong, it's all good and well having a good chin, good head. I can take a shot, don't get me wrong, but it's never plan A. We need to adjust and do some things. But like you saw in the Parker fight, there were some adjustments made. The shoulder roll was working. I was returning, I was countering and things like that. So we're building, we're learning. It's part of the process. It's part of the process.
My dad would say, he was, you getting hit too much. We ain't gonna do too much more of this if you getting hit like that. You know what has Ben Davison said to you about, you know, some of those big shots you get hit with?
He says the same thing. His main line with me is, I need to stop switching off. I think because he says I'm almost my own worst enemy, because I'm so comfortable with taking a shot that I don't give it necessarily the respect it deserves. And one shot might be okay, and two shot might be okay, but 3, 4, 5, 6 down the line, or the right shot at the right time is obviously going to cause me a problem. So he says to me, look, you need to stop switching off and being so casual about it, and really pay attention to incoming shots, because although I'm stood there and I take a shot and I shrug it and I think, okay, cool, no bother whatsoever, it's about the overtime effect.
Listen, as long as y'all aware, I think, you know, y'all gonna get it together. As long as y'all aware.
We're building.